Hello, I'm John Coombs from Global Health Clinics. I'd just like to give you a brief summary of holistic healthcare, how it works, and then introduce you to Dr. Bruce Lipton, who will discuss the science behind epigenetics and quantum biology. Holistic healthcare is based on principles that the universe is highly intelligent and that the human ecosystem is highly intelligent. What we're trying to do is help you introduce you to a healthy lifestyle and to allow your natural immunity to be enhanced and take care of any diseases that may show up. People traditionally come to us with a disease profile. We will run a series of tests, put a personalised program in place for you that will cover mental, emotional and physical welfare, and then look to rely on your nature's immunity to help you recover from whatever might be the issue. We're also involved in helping people reach high levels of vitality and longevity. Now I'd like to introduce Bruce. He will give you some understanding of the science. At the end of that I can run through some of the features and benefits of what we're able to do with holistic healthcare that's practical for you as an individual. Here's Bruce. Thank you.
Hi John. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to your friends and your community about the insights of holistic healthcare. And I'm so glad that you've given an understanding already and described what holistic healthcare is, because I really want to talk about the scientific aspect of that healthcare. And it simply comes down to this. We are now in a world of revolution regarding health and maintenance of our health. And this revolution stems from the fact that there's a new science called epigenetic control, which is replacing the conventional belief that almost all of us have learned, which is referred to as genetic control. They almost sound the same. Genetic control, the old story, is that at the moment of conception we receive sets of genes from our mothers and fathers, and that these genes commingled and a set of these genes was selected, and this is what becomes our life. That the genes control our not just physical characteristics, but genes apparently control our behavior and emotional characteristics as well. So our conventional understanding is that we are essentially victims of our genetics. We didn't pick the genes, we can't change the genes, and they control who we are. And yet in the last 10 years, there's an evolution, and I really prefer to call it a revolution because that's how major it is, that will be changing the face of healthcare, and that is the revolution of the new science called epigenetic control. Epi means above. So basically, the new science is simply saying, and when you say epigenetic control, you're saying control above the genes. And why this is so relevant is, what is it that's above the genes that's controlling us? And it turns out that it's our nervous system. And the significance is that our nervous system responds to the stimuli of the world around us. And then the brain converts those stimuli into instructions that go back into our body and adjust our genes and adjust our cells to respond to the environment in which we live. So in other words, genes do not fix traits upon us, but the traits are selected by how we respond to the environment. And so it becomes very important, of course, on what you eat, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the toxins that are in the field that you live in. All these other aspects of the environment become an affecting element in altering our genetics and our behavior. So what really becomes important for us in the new science is simply this, is that epigenetics is the science of mastery. Because it says that our lives and our biology are really a reflection of our reaction to the environment. And so we must then separate, there's two kinds of reactions. There's our physical reaction to the environment, for example, the kinds of things that we eat, nutrition. But we also have conscious interaction with the environment, our beliefs and our attitudes and our emotions. And the energy of our thoughts and the energy of our world and the energy of our bodies are now found to all commingle together. And consequently, we are not free, independent pieces living in a world bouncing around. We are connected to everything around us. And that's why the holistic healthcare approach is so important for all of us to understand, because it says, how do I, as a biological entity, learn to fit and live in harmony in the world around me? So this is why a holistic healthcare center, which looks at health from an environmental perspective of the physical, chemical, energetic, and conscious environment around us that influences who we are, then the Holistic Health Center is a place to help us create harmony and balance between ourselves and the environment in which we live, because with that harmony and balance comes along great health, exuberance, and life experiences. So rather than waiting to get sick and go to our conventional allopathic approach, the new science says by balancing the environment, we could stay healthy. We don't have to break down and fall apart. But we have to understand there's maintenance involved. And if we take care of our maintenance, then we can live very long, healthy, and happy lives. In the world that we live in, we have to recognize it's not just the physical things that affect us, such as the food and nutrition, but our thoughts play a very important role. And the reason why is very simple. That the cells in our body get information from the brain. The brain releases chemical messengers called hormones and neuropeptides that coordinate the genetic activity and the behavior of our cells. So the significance is very critical as to which peptides, which hormones are being released by the brain because they coordinate the cells to do different things. Well, what we now know is this. When the environment is stressful, the neuropeptides and the hormones released by the brain actually try to protect the body and close down the systems. So that, for example, if I live in a very stressful world, stress hormones, which are released from the brain in response to my interpretation of that world, the stress hormones shut down the growth mechanisms of my body, and the stress hormones shut down the immune system of my body. So now we can understand very clearly why 90% of doctor visits are due to stress, because we interfere with our normal maintenance and health of our body, and we alter the genetics through epigenetic aspects of our belief systems and our emotions. So it's time for us to step back and say, I need to operate my body and take care of it because I am responsible. I'm responsible for the care and feeding of Bruce, so to speak, in this case. And why is that relevant? Because then I really want to go to a full service center to make sure that all aspects of my environment are considered in balancing my health. And if I do this, it is so much easier and less expensive and less taxing than waiting for my body to break down and then inform me that I've been living out of balance with the world. So I want to thank you and the people at Global Health Clinics for offering this environment, a place where people can go and learn how to become balanced and learn to live in harmony with the world around us, because if we do that, we will all stay healthy, young, and vibrant. And I hope this message goes out to all of your fans out there, because I really would love to encourage people to seek mastery over their health rather than waiting to become a victim of a broken body. Thank you very much.